Hi, I'm Sheila Corona. Welcome to another edition of the Knowledge Vault. We are reading Handbook for the New Paradigm, Volume 2, Embracing the Rainbow. For those that are following along in the book with me, I am on page 206, session number 25. And it begins. It is well known among the people on the planet that the time of chaos has long been predicted, appears to be manifesting into reality. Remember, this was published in 2018, but these channelings are actually, I have learned, much older. The earliest reference I can make out in some of the channelings has gone back to like 2003, perhaps, or was it no 98? It was Desert Storm, I think, was one that they referred to. I think. At any rate, back to the book. These predictions were purposefully implanted in some of the religious teachings. However, the indigenous tribes long ago taught similar predictions, clearly defining this time frame. That appears to make both coincide. The difference is that some of these predictions were, see, I think they're talking about 2012 here all of a sudden. Yeah. Some of these predictions were promulgated for a purpose, and those of the indigenous people are genuine prophecies. Their prophecies contain identifiable time frame predictions, and in parentheses, it says the Mayan calendar, for example, prophesies the end of the current 26-year cycle as ending on December 12, 2012, while those of deliberate intent to induce fear assured those that hear them the exact time cannot be known. This enables them to use various sets of conditions as indications of their possible manifestation, and through the years to manipulate the believers over and over again. American Indian prophecies tell of a time of chaos to be followed by a time of, quote, rainbow man. Zuni Indian art contains depictions of a rainbow man in anticipation of that future event. It is the purpose of these messages to bring that prophecy to fruition. That which has been and is judged as, quote, pagan, often contains portions of truth when the analogies are understood through wisdom. There is no one perfect way to truth for all of mankind, for each must create his or her own path. Oh my gosh, that is so true. This does not indicate that wisdom through knowledge applied is not available within a group approach, as long as the focus is open and searching. When a group focus becomes locked in rigid dogma, boy, this is huge. It becomes a whirlpool and not a flow within the expansive creative focus. It is to be remembered. I have to pause it there because I have said I don't know how many times about the monetary system and money as a whole and anything that people do for money, because then it becomes locked. You can't flow where you need to flow and expand and improve and evolve a concept if you're charging for it, because it becomes too rigid. That's part of what this is speaking to, for me anyway. It's a huge puzzle piece. It's the same information. It's very, very true of creative expression, period. And that's what we are supposed to be through these vessels, creation expressing itself in the creation. Yeah, that's what this is meant to be. So I got to say, let's see, where is this? I want to put that again. At that point, new applicable knowledge. No. Focus. It is. Oh, I lost my place. I can't. I hate it when I do that. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just going to start right here. It is to be remembered that other than the universal laws, what appears to be absolutely true often must be transcended as the knowledge experienced becomes wisdom. At that point, new applicable knowledge becomes available to experience into wisdom. And I feel like that when they say about experience into wisdom, I'm equating that to my intellectual exercise. When I first come into contact and knowing and a feeling that this is the way I'm supposed to go, following my highest joy, and I'm learning about a concept or a way of being for myself on my quest, it is more of an intellectual exercise, and it eventually becomes an alchemical epiphany because I'm still deprogramming myself from old thought patterns and old paradigm thinking. And so that's what I feel like this is referring to here. At that point, new applicable knowledge becomes available to experience into wisdom, and the old concepts no longer apply. The first time this is experienced in a lifetime, it can be traumatic. The individual is faced with the decision of whether to stay with what has brought him or her to the familiar point of understanding and remain in the whirlpool, or let go and move on in the process of evolvement. Many of those who have sincerely searched in this lifetime have often experienced wisdom gained, followed by boredom, and soon begin new quests for knowledge. Those who have grown from early childhood into maturity within the indoctrination of a single religious focus may find opening to a wider perspective through these messages as emancipation, or find themselves in shocked dismay. Each who allow time to ponder both points of view in their hearts will come to a knowing of what is true for them and act accordingly. It is hoped that those of both points of view will practice allowance. This is a big problem in the light worker field or in the truther awakening field. There's no allowance. Everybody's pissed off at everybody else for not getting it. Right? There's so much of that going on, or at least there was. I haven't dipped my toe in that in a while, so I don't know for sure, but a whole lot of what's taken everybody so damn long kind of thing. And that's part of what's taken so long is that there hasn't been any allowance. It is certainly to be practiced by the volunteers. All are humans becoming, quote, help us to become. The vision of the, quote, rainbow man and the anticipation of his coming can be interpreted in two ways. Those of the Christian viewpoint could assume it means the return of Jeshua, Emmanuel. I'm not sure. I said Jeshua. Or it could indicate the advent of a wiser and emancipated human population on earth. Certainly, it will require a wiser group to bring forth the new paradigm of human experience. Thus, the prophecy would seem quite clear. However, it could also indicate both as true. It would require an open-minded and far less aggressive human focus for Emmanuel to walk again among his human brothers and sisters in safety. The distortions of his teachings would make it impossible for those indoctrinated in the current beliefs to recognize and accept him for who and what he is because of their current understandings and expectations. The picture of the rainbow man / woman is an easy visualization to hold in mind for a depiction of the anticipated personal experience within the new paradigm. It is important that meaningful symbology be adopted in order that the new paradigm become real in the minds of those who desire this transcendence process to become a reality. It could represent the consciousness change from victim to victor through attitude and thought adjustment. I'm just going to say from victim, through attitude and thought adjustment and a resting point in the midst of the confusion of change. This transition in how life is experienced will not come about without bringing about some internal chaos within personal experience. This will be preparation for that which will manifest on a larger scale as this concept takes root and grows within the mass consciousness, for it is a reversal in the direction of the journey of mankind. It might be compared to walking down a long flight of stairs with a large group of people, changing your mind halfway down, turning around, and going back up through them. When enough people also change their minds and start going back up, it won't be as difficult. However, for the ground crew, who are the first to begin this process, it will take purposeful intent with resolve to accomplish this feat. Picturing this process in the minds, I got to pause right there because I was just showing something, you see, because I asked myself about that. I'm going to keep going no matter what, because here's the deal for me. Whether nobody joins me or not, my life has changed so much in just being me and relaxing into me. I can't go back to whatever that was before. That's not even possible. And so that's very interesting. Picturing this process in the mind's eye allows for the understanding that volunteering for this mission requires much dedicated involvement to plan, organize, and arrive at the picnic for rainbow people. As you listen to the media presentations, the theme of resistance to perceived wrongdoers and evil manifestations of disease, etc., for example, is spelled out as, quote, war on poverty, war on drugs, war on ? It is amazing to observers that citizens have not realized that there is yet to be one stance against that has produced effective results. That is so true. So true. It does, however, provide a way to extort your money out of your pockets directly and from your national treasury. Among your common sayings are many truisms. What you resist persists. What you resist persists. That's in quotes. It is encouraged that the volunteers observe this truism at work within their personal and national experience. It is preparation for a basic consciousness transition. That's the end of number 25. Wow. I keep being shown how my thoughts, my words, my deeds all vibrate at a certain rate, and they affect everything, including my health, my relationships, my world at large. So, boy, this is great stuff. All right, till next time, I hope that you will move toward in every moment towards that which brings you joy. And I hope you will be well. See you next time.